This is the WLToys Sky King F959. It says on its wing it's a Wily modeler. What exactly a Wily modeler is meant to be, I don't know. Maybe somebody could tell me. I cannot even get what a modelers presumably model, but what Wily is meant to say, I don't understand. I have another one, not this one, another WLToys one that says it provides ASI flight. That I would assume is meant to be easy flight. Don't know what Wily modeler means. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. This is the smallest plane. It's a kind of a toy grade plane, really. Little transmitter that comes with it. It's the smallest plane I've ever tried to fly the EFC 721 camera on. See, I've got the EFC 721 camera on the front of this, and I've flown the EFC 721 on this before. So I think it should work. He's really only a micro plane, so, you know, he weighs next to nothing. He's full two-cell, powered with a little... I've got an adapter on it, so I'm actually using the standard UMX batteries that you use for all the little two-cell UMX things. So we'll start the camera recording, I guess. There we go. Hopefully that camera's recording now. Seems to be. And hopefully that's pointing at a somewhat sensible angle. I mean, again, this doesn't have Wi-Fi, so I can't tell exactly what it's seeing. And we'll see what he does. Now, of course, I've got to hand launch this guy. This guy is... he's probably going to be a bit nose heavy with that camera on, but I've flown him with that camera on before, so we'll see. Famous last words. All right. Sort of hit the ground and came back up again. Just grazed. Does that count as a touch and go? I sort of grazed the ground. I didn't think I was going to get him back up again. I grazed the ground with the bottom of him, but it got him up. He doesn't have... does he have variable rates? I don't think so. Only 3-channel. So you're not going to do much with him. You should be able to glide with him a little bit. I mean, although... You know, I mean, with the camera on him, he's nose heavy, and I mean, he's small anyway, so you wouldn't expect him to be a terrific glider, and especially not with that camera on his nose. But he does glide a bit. I mean, he's structured more or less kind of like a powered glider. Again, the thing, I've actually got what they call the FPV nose on. Mind you, I mean, I think the idea is the FPV camera is sort of supposed to go inside. I've got the camera attached to the top of it. But I mean, again, they do sell a camera. Oh, we've been through this, right? I've told this story before. I'm sure, yes. I kept trying to buy the camera that's supposed to go with him to see how it would work. And maybe it's not FPV. I don't think it's necessarily FPV. It may just be a video recording camera. Anyway, I don't know because I never got it. I kept ordering it and they kept sending me a thing to blow bubbles instead. And eventually... Banggood's customer support and I reached a truce because I kept wittering because they kept sending me these bubble blowers, but they just seemed they could not get the camera out. So eventually they gave me my money back. So I've got several bubble blowers, just two I think, 2 bubble blowers, and I got my money back. But I never got the camera that's supposed to go in this guy, so I don't know what it was. I never did learn what it was going to be like. This is the E-Flight EFC 21 camera that's on him. It's the one that they... You can buy it separately, or it's the one that came on the Stratocam. Actually, I got it with the Stratocam. I bought the Stratocam. Now, the Stratocam is a bit weird. I haven't tried to fly the Stratocam for a while because it's another one of these. It's one of these weird ones that kind of only flies, I think, with its own controller. You can't bind it to the DX9. I've tried, I believe, and it won't bind to the DX9. It came with that little miniature controller. And it's kind of iffy whether it'll even bind to that. Yeah, so it's a bit of a pain. The Stratocam I'm talking about. Oh, my hat is falling off again. So I'm just trying to pat my hat down on the back of my hair so it doesn't fall right off, because if it does, I'd lose the camera. The hat cam. Anyway, I mean, really, you can't complain. I mean, this guy, I mean, you can't do much with him too much. I'm not think I'm going to even try and loop him because I don't think he's going. Would he loop? Would he loop? I mean, he's only a 3-channel, so you're not going to do much else with him. I don't know whether he would. Whoa, that was a bit on the risky side. Yes, well, we could have done with doing that a little bit higher, couldn't we? But yes, clearly he can sort of loop if you dive him first, but yeah, I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. I mean, he's not really meant to be a plane that does any kind of aerobatics. That was kind of risky. I mean, I was quite a few feet above the ground, but it came too close to hammering him into the ground for comfort there, really. Okay, again, no timer on this, of course, because we're just talking about he's just flying with his own little toy-grade transmitter. I'm not sure what protocol this uses. I think it's probably Fly Sky protocol. I know all the smaller WLToys helicopters, the WLToys helicopters overall use about 4 different protocols. Some of them are High Sky, some of them are Fly Sky, some of them are KN, well, that's 3, and there might even be a 4th, I'm not sure. But the smaller ones, so the earlier ones, the 911, the 912, 913, are all Fly Sky. And I think this guy's probably Fly Sky. Well, the obvious way to try and bind this transmitter to something that's Fly Sky and see if it works, or vice versa. Take a transmitter I know is Fly Sky and try and bind it to this guy. It doesn't really matter, they're all the same, so unless you lost a transmitter or something, you wouldn't be gaining anything much. This is pretty much physically exactly the same transmitter as the transmitter that comes with the little 911 helicopter, and it may well be the same protocol as well. I'm sure it's the same protocol as something else from WLToys. Anyway, but it's not anything that I can fly with my DX9. I suppose we might as well bring him in. I thought we'd just have him up a little bit and make a 2-cam video with him, but there we go. No throttle cut. I always instinctively reach for throttle cut as soon as I land, but of course there is no throttle cut on this guy. But you know, you can't really complain. I mean, he does what he claims he does, and it is a folding propeller on him, which would tend to reinforce the idea that he's meant to glide, because that propeller. I've got my throttle held down, even though I've not got throttle gun. It's not going to hurt me anyway, but it's and look at the angle on it. It's steeply angled across for some reason. That propeller, I assume, for torque compensation. It's it's not pointing down the body. It's pointing sharply to the right, to the back right there. But anyway, and are we still recording there? Yes, we are. We're still blinking there. The Sky King Wily model. Wily modeler. Oops. Got a bit of water dripping on him there. It's not unduly wet this morning. Pretty good flying conditions, really. Oh, I dropped my tape in the grass. Yuck, 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 yuck. Oh, dear, that's not good for it. Dropped my tape in the grass. Anyway, so there you go.